Dear Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you for this holy day. We thank you for this place. We thank you for your love. We ask, Lord, to give you the words that you want given to your holy people, Lord, and your people. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us take out one of the Bibles. Well, those are the red books that some of you never pick up maybe. I know that's true. It used to be years ago for the Holy Bible. Go up to page 836, the 5th chapter of the Gospel of our Lord was proclaimed by the Holy Evangelist St. Matthew. The 14th verse reads, "The Lord said to his disciples, you are the light of the world. The city set on the hill cannot be hidden. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen." Are we the light? Let me ask yourself, are we the light or the darkness? And so how can it be darkness? Very, very simple. Because you are Orthodox Christians, meaning that you are correctly praising Christians. So if you are not the light, where will the other people see the light? Oh yes, Jesus can come down and miraculously open and shed down light, but he uses us like little lamps, like little lamps. So if we are not the light, then we become the darkness. We want to understand, if we are not the light, if we're not living our lives as the light, we become the darkness. Because people are surrounded. This country is surrounded. The world is surrounded by darkness. So if we are not the light, if David is not the light, if John is not the light, if Logan is not the light, where will the light, where will they find the light? You know, the church is open 7 days a week from 10 to 4. People come in, they see the church. Some come back on Sunday, some don't. But other than that being in this area, for example, I was in Pennsylvania last week, and I will honestly tell you that if I don't ever see Pennsylvania again, it'll be too soon. Not a big fan of it. In fact, I realized this when I was driving, coming back as we had to drive back. As I crossed into Virginia, I realized that even though I was born in Brooklyn, you can't get one more Yankee than Brooklyn you can get is Boston. And I am a Southerner. I've been here over 50 years. So I spent more of my life in the South than I did in the North, and I am a Southerner. But when I was in Pennsylvania, I was at a wedding, that's where I was, I went to a wedding up there. And everybody at the table after the wedding, everybody had the opposite political view that I have. The total opposite, as Jesus smiling, the total opposite. I mean, I wasn't intimidated, but I realized I had an opportunity to shine a little light. So I didn't get into politics. I spoke about Jesus Christ, but most of these people, right now, all of them, had never even heard of the Orthodox Church. I explained the wedding to them and the whole thing. So we are called upon in most days of our life. We're given the opportunity to be a light, not just to sit and tell people about the Orthodox Church. Not to tell about the Orthodox Church. What you need to do is to show them the Orthodox Church. How do you show them the Orthodox Church? Like I said, unless they're down here, church, they're not going to see the inside of the church, but they will see you. They will see you. And they will see what you're doing. And if you become that light, if you become that witness to a better way of life, then you are really becoming a light of the world. It says here, you are the light of the world. The city is set on a hill, cannot be hidden. Goes on, it says in verse 15, nor do men light a lamp and put it under a bushel or under a stand, and it gives light to all. Don't hide your Orthodox Christianity. For example, I'm going to pick on some people. Logan. You want to know Logan? You know Logan? You've been away, don't come back. Logan is called upon to be a light. If Logan keeps his Orthodox Christianity for himself, who needs Logan? You don't light a lamp and put it under your bed. You don't light a lamp and put a shade on it so hard that people can't see the light. They need to see the light. When people meet David, when they meet Stephen, they have an opportunity to see the Orthodox Church, to see Jesus Christ. Because what do we see in our society? We see materialism,
They are beset with lust. Whether it be pornography on the internet or something else or something else or something else or something else, it's there. Now, I could tell them just don't look. In other words, maybe during Ronald Reagan's presidency, his wife had, every first thing has some sort of a thing that they do, and her thing was about drugs. Just say no. Really? Really? People are not going to go by no. Anyone who has raised children, I used to tell my children, I said, what part of no don't you understand? Daddy, can I go out tonight? No. Daddy, can I go out this evening? No. Daddy, can I go out later this afternoon? No. 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 What part? So telling people no does not work. You've got to offer them something better. Something better. There's an old word that says the only way to defeat an idea is with a better idea. So what do we tell people? Say, you are the light of the world. You can have a better life. That's what everybody wants. Whether you realize it or not, what America is selling. Why did so many people come to this country? I'm reading a book right now, the Anthology of the 101st of the European Children Church in this country, and I'm reading about the people that came 125 years ago. Your grandparents, my grandparents, came here 125 years ago. They did not come on a jet plane, right? They came on a boat. And these were not sailors. Maybe the Greeks could do this because there are a lot of Greece is a country that has a lot of sailors. But my ancestors, Russians, they didn't. Mine was not Russian, but those people were not sailors. So they got on these boats, and where did they get on the boat? They were not in upper class. Any of you have taken a cruise? Anybody here been on a cruise? Cruise? Did you stay down in steerage? Did you stay down by the boiler room? They did. They were in the lowest part of the boat, but they wanted to come to America. So in reading that, I am very appreciative that they came here. Why did they come here? They didn't come here for the church. Let's be fair. They did not come here to spread Orthodox Christianity. The Russians came here to spread Orthodox Christianity. They came to Alaska, they came to Siberia, across the Bering Straits, to Alaska. From Alaska, they came down to the lower 48. The Greeks, the Syrians, the Russians, the Romanians, the Bulgarians, well, they didn't come here for that. They came here to try and live a better life, but they brought the church with them. So how do we show that light? If you're going to keep it to yourself, please don't keep it to yourself. I had somebody call me yesterday. They may be here today, I don't know. They needed something from the church, and I asked them if they were Orthodox. They said, yeah, but we go to a Catholic church. It's a little bit closer. Really? But it's a little bit closer? Are you serious? Remember Mike Nancy? Guy was from Syria years ago, passed away from Westfield. And he said to me, he said, Father, what church must come? What church must come? What did they say? I said, when you come to St. George's, where do you come from? He said, South Orlando. I said, how many miles do you come? He goes, I don't know, 14, 15 miles. I said, why would you go 14 or 15 miles? If they're all the same, there's got to be churches between here and South Orlando. Just stop there. It's not all the same. That's why America, if you really think of it, is not a Christian country. We'd like it to be a Christian country. We want it to be correctly trained a Christian country. That's not politics. That's Christianity. So Christians are people that are a light of love to people. Finally, it says in verse 16, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Your light is your faith and works. It's not walking over the flesh line, no. Your faith and your works. If we do all positive, loving things, we are witnessing for Christ. Because I'm going to change the scripture. The scripture says, I can do all things through Christ who blesses me. I can do all things through Christ who enables me. Enables me. I'm not looking for sympathy. Last night, anybody that knows me well know that I do not love the central air in my house. Don't think it makes it hard. I run it in my bedroom. I run it in my chapel. And I run it in the family. Why should I do the whole house? I'm not there. So about 1 o'clock this morning, portable air conditioner, and I kept pushing it to turn on. And it wouldn't. And then I said, oh, there's no electricity. The electricity went out. And I started to pray. It's very difficult to go to sleep this time with not even a fan on. How often do we thank God that we even have electricity? How often do we thank God that we even have air conditioning? The people are here from Pensacola. Do you know why? I don't know if you know this. I'm going to get the microphone. Maybe you do know. Because you're from Pensacola. That's over the left side of the world. It's over the western side of the state. Now let me ask you a question. Are you originally from Pensacola? No, you're not going to be. Do you have any idea why Tallahassee is the capital of the state of Florida? Because years ago, there were two cities in the state that made a difference. Jacksonville and Pensacola. The middle between Jacksonville and Pensacola, they had Tallahassee. Now why would they have the capital? You think about this is a very long state. Why would you have the capital up in the northern part? Because nobody in their right mind would ever think about living below Tallahassee or below Jacksonville because there was no air conditioning. Hello, I know that's the point today. So without air conditioning, we would not have. So what happened is, let me share it with you. People that we're working with in our project talked to them and they said to me, well, we know you have a Freon leak, but if you put 3 of your 6 motors in your air conditioning unit are not working, they haven't worked for years, I do that. So they said to me, if we replace the 3 motors, then there will be less pressure and you won't lose the Freon. So they paid $12,500 to replace 3 motors. And when they finished on Thursday, we're fine. We're fine. In fact, I didn't even know how to turn it off. It's working fine. So it came Friday, came Saturday, yesterday, I asked my brother Tracy. I said, Tracy, yesterday I had to turn it on. Couldn't turn it on, couldn't turn it on, couldn't turn it on, couldn't turn it on, couldn't turn it on. And before that, I had the thought came to me, why don't you put it in the weekly bulletin that we sent out the email that the air conditioner is back. $12,500. Some said, don't do that. Couldn't turn it on. Why? The Freon was on. So I spoke to them this morning and said, we are doing that trick, and I usually check whatever it is. The point is that when the time comes that this sanctuary is cold, I hope all of you remember when it was not cold. I hope all of you remember that you love Jesus Christ enough to come to church. But as I said before the week began, if this week they're not able to prepare it properly, the next week the religion will be at the wall, where the air conditioning is fine. I hate doing that. I really, really hate doing that. Because I myself am greatly inspired in this sanctuary. But at the same time, people think about how hot it is, not really worshiping the Lord. The point is, we cannot be lights in the world. I cannot celebrate the Lord's liturgy in the same way if I'm worried about you being all hot. I'm worried about it being too much for you, and that's what happens to me. So I don't take issue for me. Not because I like not the air conditioning, but because I'm really concerned more about you. So when we want to be the light of the world, Nick, Matthew, we want to be the light of the world, if you're going to allow yourself to be encumbered, to be held down by what society wants or what society thinks, you're never going to be the light of the world. You've got to be willing. Just like if you grew up on Orange Day or on Friday night or Saturday night, jam-packed with the younger generation, jam-packed, you can't probably walk. But if you're with the light, well, you need to be in a place like that, not going around telling people, and I saw it this morning when the fellow outside of the home that was sweeping up outside of the little Jesus saves was thrown out with the garbage. We don't want you to necessarily go around calling out papers to hear that Jesus saves, but we want you to be his lights. Lights and warlights. The world is dark. It's dark, and you know it's dark. Especially those of you, which is almost everybody, like with on the internet, there's more darkness on the internet. There's more sin that comes from looking at the internet than you can imagine. So we are all the lights of the world. You got a choice. You can either leave here today thinking, oh, it was really warm in church today, or you can leave with the attitude of thinking of, I want to be a light.
is our